Wrapped up the initial Viewrail 663 Dune Road terrace design meeting. So it was pretty interesting, as expected. We really needed to go through the project in detail so that the engineering team at Viewrail and the project management team understood what the project was and what the condition of the building was now, and also just got general orientation. VRail's on a year-long push right now to really integrate Matterport, so I know they were pretty interested to see us run the meeting on Matterport like that. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is, even though we do complicated work, we try to make it fun and easy for the people that we collaborate with, and that's what we were doing there. In me bringing up that Matterport really facilitated a conversation that was quick and efficient, and hopefully that will help us. There was a moment there in the meeting where the VRail team was hedging on the original time quote that we were quoted, which was 4 to 6 weeks. I think that no one inside ViewRail, or at least in the sales side, fully understood that this system was going to have to be custom engineered by hand. So even though they can produce it probably pretty quickly, they've got to slot us in with their limited resources of engineers to be able to actually draw this thing manually, as opposed to their usual way, which is through Autodesk Inventor, sort of auto generating the system. But that said, I think after we went through all of the questions they had and we had a really productive design discussion, I think by giving them the level glass drawing that I gave them and filling out the measurement form, and now they requested some measurements, which we annotated on top of a Matterport screen capture. I've already dispatched that out to the field. I'll have those measurements back very accurately, precisely what the VRL team wanted. I'll have those back within the next half hour, and that'll be in their hands. So ball will be in their court, and hopefully they can find the time to quickly put the model together and get this into the pipeline so that we can just review it. We're going to be pretty simple with the sign off because we really know what we want, and it'll be interesting to see how quickly they can really turn this around. I really liked how they're doing this new way of shipping, which makes a lot of sense, which is they're going to ship us the structure separate from the glass and separate from the finished treads. So that lets us get the meat and potatoes of the install done, which is the structural work. And because we're going to be burying the sole plate, the base of the first stringer, under the tile floor, and then we're also going to be burying the platform connection for the second to third floor into steel. We've got to do a pretty good amount of damage to the structure. We've got to cut things open and patch around before we even could think about putting on the finished treads or putting on the glass. And we would like to paint all that stuff and get tile installed before we really get those finished materials in place. So that really works well for us. We can put in 2 days or so, maybe 3, to get the structure done. Let the other trades come in around that, get everything tuned up, use that stair as our new temporary stair, and then VRail can have some extra weeks to get the glass cut and get the wood finished up. And maybe we'll even have the opportunity to say, you know what, we were able to make a color match to sample in the house, ship that to them FedEx, and then they can, in their lab, color match our stain sample and pre-finish all that wood. That'll save us a lot of money in the field. That'll also save us a lot of time and a lot of headache, because finishing the undersides of stairs and around all the nooks and crannies is not simple. And you'll see when we shoot some video of the Viewrail factory that when they're finishing treads and wood pieces, there's just no better way to do it than in a factory. You just doing it in the field is just not as good as doing it in the factory. So the key thing is being able to match the color. But if we go first in the field and we give them a sample, I'm confident that they'll get that formula right and match that color. It's the same way we would do it in the field. So just a matter of getting that synchronization in. So anyway, I thought that was a great meeting, and looking forward to the next steps here.